Hello students, uh, welcome again. Now here in this video I am going to discuss with you the elongation part of DNA. Okay, we have already discussed the initiation of replication part. Now here we are going to discuss the next part, elongation. Okay. Okay, now if you remember that what we have ended up with the initiation, if you remember the replicating fork that we have seen that developed, okay, so let me just draw the replicating fork. Okay, this is the Y-shaped replicating fork that developed due to the melting of DNA. Okay, and what we have seen here, like here the RNA primer comes with the help of DNA G, the enzyme which is also known as primase or RNA polymerase, okay, which comes here. So this, if this is the 5 prime, this is the 3 prime end, this is the 3 prime, so this is the 5 prime end, opposite polarity. So the RNA primer starts developing into this direction, right? So that is 5 prime here, 3 prime here. So what is this RNA primer we have said? This is nothing but a small segment of RNA strand. Okay, this is nothing but RNA strand. So that is called RNA primer. RNA primer. Okay, how it is developed? With the help of DNA G. With the help of DNA G. Okay, that is also known as primase enzyme. Okay, now what happens once the RNA primer comes here, okay, then now from here, okay, the DNA, the DNA, nucleotide molecules, deoxyribonucleotide molecules will start adding here, and the formation of strand will takes place in this direction. Okay, now this stretch of the DNA, there is a polymerization of the DNA strand. Okay, now just be very clear here. This is the RNA strand, small segment of RNA. From here the DNA nucleotide molecule starts forming. Okay, the polymerization of DNA strand starts here, from here. Understood? So the nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides, comes and joining here with the help of an enzyme that is known as DNA polymerase 3. DNA polymerase 3 enzyme, okay, that helps in polymerizing the strand of DNA. Okay, now let's come to this strand. Now here also the same, we know that replication takes place from both the strands simultaneously, right? So here, if this is the 5 prime end, okay, the RNA should be formed, primer should be formed here first, right? So 5 prime should be here, 3 prime should be here in this direction, correct? Okay, now if I go according to this situation, the DNA polymerization should start from here, right? In this way, so in this direction it should go, the polymerization of DNA, but this is not happening in the strand. Why? Remember one thing, that the DNA polymerase 3 has a problem. What is that problem? DNA polymerase 3 only polymerize from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. Okay? The second, this is the first point you have to keep in mind. The second point you have to keep in mind, that RNA primer only formed at the open ends. Okay, RNA primer, okay, forms only at open end of the strand. If you look at this strand, where the RNA primer develops, here at the open ends. In this strand, is it at the open ends? Open end? No, open end should be here, right? So this is the problem with the RNA primer and the DNA polymerase. Now, if suppose a DNA polymerase enzyme, if this is the condition, if this situation continues, just think, and if a RNA polymerase comes here, binds here, a single, how could a single RNA polymerase, okay, can replicate two different strands in two opposite direction. One, the DNA polymerase is forming the strand into this strand into this direction and this strand into this direction. Okay, this is just not possible for a single DNA polymerase, okay, to do this replication process in two opposite directions simultaneously. We know that replication takes place simultaneously on both the strands. So for a single DNA polymer, it is just not possible to replicate in both the strands in opposite direction. Okay, it should be in one direction only. Understood? This principle you have to keep in mind. So now it means that this condition is not possible because this is happening in this direction, this is happening in this direction, opposite direction. So in opposite direction simultaneously replication just not possible by DNA polymerase enzyme. And RNA primer should be at the open end, but here it is not at the open end, right? So that is why, okay, this is how actually the replication is not happening. Okay, this strand it is okay, no problem. But the problem with this strand, okay, this one. So now what happens here? To avoid this problem, avoid this confusion, okay, what is done? To avoid this problem, what happens is that this strand of the DNA, okay, it forms a loop, okay, it forms a loop, okay, and we will see now how the formation of loop helps in replication in the same direction. Okay, now look at here. See, let me just form the loop. One step of loop first I will show you, then the second step of loop I will show you. So okay, now let me form the loop first. So if the loop form in this direction, so it forms a first turn of the loop, just imagine. Okay, now if the strand takes a loop like this, turn in this way, then now we can see that we can get an open end here. So I said that RNA primer that develops at the open end. So it means at this is the open end. Here the RNA primer is supposed to form, right? So the RNA primer forms here in this direction, right? So this is the 5 prime, this is the 3 prime direction of the RNA primer. Yes, okay. In this direction the RNA primer is forming at the open end of the DNA strand. Okay, now what happens is that still it is in opposite direction. So if this is the direction, then RNA primer, if this is the strand of RNA segment, the primer, then the DNA polymerase should be developed, if this is the direction, in this direction only. If you look at here, 5' 3' RNA polymerase, primer, and then in this direction it continues development of polypeptide, polymerization of DNA. Now same in here, 5' 3', this is the RNA primer, and the RNA polymerization should be taking place in this direction. Now is it happening in the same direction? It is in this direction, it is in opposite direction. Still the problem is not solved. So this is the one step of the loop I have shown you. Now, so actually what happens here? Okay, let it be here. Just for understanding, I am just keeping this RNA primer just for example. Now the loop will take one more turn. Okay, this will take one more turn. Understood? So this part of the DNA takes U-turn like this. So this part, it means that this part of the DNA, okay, takes a turn like this. Understood? So now in this condition, now see here, this primer, this 5' treatment, this 5' will be where? If this turn like this, okay, the 5' will be at this location. So now the primer will be in this direction. Are you getting what I am saying now? So this part turn this way. So the 5' goes in that way, that part, this way, and 3' will be here. I hope you understand this. Okay. Now you see, now if you look at this structure, Okay, is the direction, this direction and this direction in the same way, same direction, their way? Yes, it is now same. Okay, so this is the loop actually. Okay, this is the loop that is formed by this DNA strand. This is the strand, this is the lower strand, lower part of the strand. This is the upper strand, the lower strand. So this lower strand takes this turn. So let's rub this part. I hope you understand now. Okay, so this is the turn, this is the loop that is taken by the DNA strand. So this is the primer that developed here. Now it becomes in the same direction. Okay, okay. Now you see here, one thing is that to take a loop like this, to form a loop like this, the DNA strand needs to be much longer. You look at the strand. This is the strand, upper strand in this much only. And this one, if you look at this strand, I hope you understand, the length of this DNA is much more longer. This strand is much more longer than this strand. Okay. So what happens is that the replication have to wait in this strand to initiate, to start. Okay, now by the time, okay, means the this strand of the DNA starts forming its DNA, a new DNA strand here. Okay, this DNA, okay, this DNA will take some time, some more time, okay, to form this length of DNA strand. Means the melting of the DNA will be happening, okay, and this strand will wait to get a sufficient length of this strand to form a loop. Understood? And by the time it will wait to get the length, sufficient length to form a loop, this strand will start forming its DNA, new DNA. Getting? So it means that, means what? This is I mean, in case of replication of DNA, this strand is moving ahead. Okay, this already started forming the new DNA replication while it is waiting to get a sufficient length, separate length to make a fold. So this is moving ahead in replication process. That is why this is called leading strand. This is called leading strand. And as this strand is lagging behind, so this is called lagging strand. This is lagging strand and this is leading strand. Okay, so now once it gets its sufficient length, then it gets a fold. It makes a turn and make a fold like this. Okay, and now what happens is that, see, the RNA, now what happens, this much of length when the DNA get, okay, now numerous RNA strand develops here. Means numerous primer, more than one primers develop in these strands at different location, different distance. Okay, so one primer will be developed here, one primer gets developed here, one developed here. Okay, one develops here and one develops here, like this at different, at a particular distance. Okay, more than one RNA primers develop in this strand. Okay, so now see, these are the RNA primers that is developed here. Okay. So now what happens is that once the RNA primer forms here, okay, now as you see here, this is the RNA primer and how the DNA polymerization starts here. So here also the DNA polymerase will start. The DNA, okay, will be started forming here. Understood? So all the DNA will be started forming here. Got it? In between. Understood? So now now you see here that the replication is actually happening in the same direction. Okay, now you can say, sir, at this stage if you look, the polymerization of DNA is happening in the opposite direction. Actually what happens is that it is like a stitch machine. Okay, the fold, this part is the DNA strand is continuously melting. Okay, the fold is continuously forming, the loop is continuously forming. So what happened is that this part will keep on extending, keep on going in this direction, and this part is moving in this direction continuously. So you understand, these parts will come up, these parts will come up. And so when this part will come up, automatically the primers will be developing the polymerization of the DNA. So ultimately we will see that the replication is happening in the same direction, like of this strand. Okay. So now look at here. Now the polymerization started here. Okay. Now once this strand is formed, now you can see here the RNA primer is here, RNA primers are here also. Now we don't need this RNA primer because we are actually what is actually happening here, replication of DNA. So we don't need RNA here. Okay, RNA was in the beginning, it is there because RNA is very reactive in nature. It helps the deoxyribonucleotide molecules to come and bind. Understood? So DNA polymerase 3 is doing this polymerization. So we don't need this RNA primer. That is why when this strand form, the RNA primers needs to be cleaved, needs to be removed out from the here. That's called cleaving of the RNA primer. Okay, this cleaving of RNA primer is done by the one enzyme that is known as this cleaving of the RNA. Okay, this cleaving, they will be taken out. The RNA primers will be removed from here. RNA primers will be removed. Once the polymerization is done in between, the RNA primers will be removed from here. Understood? And it is done by the one RNase H. I think so. RNase H. Yes, this is the enzyme. Okay, that helps in cleaved RNA primers, okay. So now what happens is that these parts will not be there anymore. Okay, the primers will not be there here also. In between the primers, suppose you think the primers are not there. Now what are left with? Only the deoxyribonucleotides are left. In between there are gaps. So we see the DNA strand here in this case. Okay, we see that there are DNA strands in pieces. Even in this case also the same thing. Okay, here the once this is removed, it will be a gap here. Okay, and it will be fulfilled by some DNA particle, DNA nucleotide molecules will be coming here, will be binding here. Same thing will happen here also. But what happens is that these pieces of the DNA strand that looks here after the cleaving of the RNA primer, okay, these pieces are known as I'm writing here Okazaki fragments. Okay, Okazaki fragments. These pieces of the DNA strands, after removing the RNA primer, okay, we see the pieces, the DNA strand in pieces, that are Okazaki fragments. Okay, now what happens is that now DNA deoxyribonucleotide molecules will be coming here in between. Okay, in between the deoxyribonucleotide molecules will be coming here. Okay, and will be filling the gap. Here. Okay, now see what happens is that suppose this is the nucleotide molecules comes here. Okay, the gaps which is filled, nucleotide molecule comes here, and okay, there we see in between these nucleotide molecules we see nick, not gaps. These are we will call nick, not gap. What is the difference between nick and gap? Gap is that when there will be absence of nucleotide molecule, that we can see once the RNA primers are removed. Now when these filled blank spaces, the gaps will be filled by the nucleotide molecules, we will not say anymore that there are gaps here. There are nicks. Nicks means what? Nicks means that nucleotide molecules are sufficiently present here. And these nucleotide molecules, okay, what is absent there? The phosphodiester bond. The phosphoester bond in between the nuclear molecules are not here. Means nuclear molecules are not yet bonded with each other to form the chain. They came here, but they are not yet connected with each other by the phosphodiester bond. So that is left here. That is why it is called nick, not gap. Okay. So this means forming of the chain, the filling of this gap, okay, will be done by the enzyme called DNA ligase. So DNA ligase is the enzyme which ultimately complete the gaps the nicks in between the neutral molecule, okay, and it will form a stretch of strand. So this stretch will be fulfilled finally by the DNA ligase enzyme, okay, that then it will be an entire strand of the DNA. Understood? So you see the formation of the replication takes place in this direction finally. Got it? So this is how the elongation process that continues. The leading strand, this is the lagging strand. I hope you understand what is leading and what is lagging strand, and what is the importance of making this loop here. Okay, because the problem is with the DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase can only polymerize 5' to 3' direction, and both the strand it has to be the same direction, because for a single DNA polymerase it is just not possible to replicate both the strands but in opposite direction. There has to be the same direction. That is why one single, suppose here once it take the loop here, then the DNA polymerase here which is replicating this strand into this direction, this strand also in this direction, same direction. Now it is possible. Okay. So both the strands now elongating. The DNA is forming. There is an elongation process of DNA. Okay. So I hope nothing is left here. Little it may seems little difficult for you, but watch this video again and again. Okay, and every step you make note point wise. What happened in the first step? What happened in the second step? Make the notes on your own. Okay, so watch it again and again. I hope this will be clear to you. As much as possible, I tried to make it in a simple way. Okay, so and once this note is done of elongation, then correlate the initiation and the elongation. Study both the process together. Okay, then your concept will be clear. And wait for the last video of the replication, the termination I will be making very soon. Okay, thank you so much, students.